What's the value in making an old house new?
I like buildings, so the fact that this is an old building is appealing to me, not appealing for everybody.
For engineer James Peterson, whose business specializes in efficient system designs for new and old buildings, buying an historic house to renovate for his growing office needs was a common-sense application of what he does every day for clients.
One of the things that's understandable to people is energy efficiency. So we've done calculations to show people that this building is going to require 85% less energy to heat the building.
But James Peterson not only acquired an old drafty building to hang his hat on, he also got one on the edge of the Portsmouth, New Hampshire Historic District. So his plans not only had to make sense to him and his business goals, they also had to be consistent with the historic nature of the building.
If we were doing a straight roof replacement or a straight siding replacement or a straight window replacement, we wouldn't need Historic District Commission approval. But technically, we were changing the appearance of the building because we were making it wider, deeper, and taller. And that basically flipped the switch that required us to need HDC approval.
James called in the heavy troops, led by his longtime collaborator, Michael Bruss of Bruss Construction.
150 years ago, people wore wool socks and, woolen long underwear all winter long and didn't worry about air conditioning. We have different expectations these days. The first thing we had to do was stabilize the building, give it a good foundation and make it so that it would stand for another 150 years. We started with our process of energy improvements, re-insulating, sheathing, and replacing the windows.
But before windows could be installed, Peterson and Bruss agreed on adding 3 inches of continuous insulation outside of the existing leaky walls. After a layer of white Tyvek, they doubled up 1.5 inch pink foam sheets, taped the seams, and sprayed the edges with expanding foam. The foam sheets were topped with Advantech sheathing. The whole sandwich was wrapped in Tyvek and a mustard yellow layer called Home Slicker, which forms channels for moisture to escape. Clapboard siding was the bread on top of the sandwich.
The challenges are maintaining the historic features of the building with what we are calling an outsolation system. We've applied insulation to the outside of the building, leaving the interior of the building intact.
We're adding another almost 4 inches. 3 inches of foam, 1/2 inch of plywood, and then you've got your finished siding and trim.
On the roof, it was a 1/2 foot of blue foam in 2 3-inch layers, topped with Advantech sheathing, bound by the biggest screws a house like this might ever know.
In the Northeast, our energy consumption is between 55 and 60% attributed to our built environment. If we can cut that energy costs by 30%, 40%, 60%, in this case over 80%, that has a dramatic impact on our environmental impact.
This project presented this goal of preservation and sustainability. I'm really excited about this project being an example of a building where we achieved both.
But while James Peterson sees success in the building, does it hold up to the scrutiny of the Portsmouth Historic District Commission?
If you're looking at museum quality preservation, not we live in it, we use it,
Right.
then it doesn't always jive because
Good
you
point.
need to maintain the same interior and the same exterior.
Yeah.
But I would also say we are tasked with making sure that people can live in them. I'm thrilled by this.
Well, it looks great.
I mean, I personally don't have any more question that this was appropriate and the right thing to do, and I'd like to see it happen again.
I just know that if you take Portsmouth alone, there are so many buildings like this building.
And Portsmouth is not alone. Old buildings are everywhere, and combining the values of historic preservation and energy efficiency creates richer places, where the past can live and thrive in the present. Not to mention, buttoning up an old house can save a ton of energy and money. It might even save you.